Welcome back to Kelly with Goals. In today's video, we're going to decode the delivery of Jim Rohn's 1993 speech, Get Serious. Jim Rohn didn't yell, pace, or flash a PowerPoint, and yet his words are still hitting hard 32 years after this speech. And you'll be able to pull some of these tips out and use them in your own presentations, whether you're a speaker, in sales, or just getting your point across at home. So let's jump in and decode the delivery.
To have the best year ever this year, help contribute to the 400 million, take your piece of the 400 million. I don't know how much of that you want. It's really not that much. For 400 of us, it's only $1 million. For 400 of us, it's only $1 million. For 800 of us, it's only $500,000. $500,000, that's almost getting to be ridiculous. For a lot of people in this room, $500,000, and I don't know what piece of that 400 million you want, but I'm asking you to seriously take on a piece of that 400 million so that you can say, I made my best and finest contribution to see that goal reached. Not just for the figure, but for all that the figure represents, for the healing it represents, for the restoration of broken lives that it represents, and people that are discouraged about their life and their chances, now encouraged on a new road, for all that that represents. 400 million. Take your share of the 400 million and let's get the job done.
So right here, Jim Rohn is giving a presupposition in the question, I'm not sure how much of that 400 million you're going to take a part of. So you're not just talking, you're steering, because presuppositions subtly frame the story in your favor before the other person realizes it. Because most people miss this. He's making big money sound small and doable. He doesn't say, it's hard, but you might get a slice. He says, $400 million. For 100 of us, that's just $1 million. And he has to say it again so that the audience can get it. But this is called breaking the frame. And here's a sales lesson. When something sounds overwhelming, break it down into believable chunks. And Jim Rohn uses soft math to make wealth feel personal. He puts you in the group, 100 of us. Suddenly, the dream is your reality. So anytime you're asking someone to imagine success, include them in the picture.
We got a serious task to do. And we're here, enough motivation, certainly. But here's the best motivation we've got going. The proof of our success. When we bring our success stories to this platform, that's enough motivation. When we bring our dedication and let it show, we let the work of our hands show, that's the motivation we want, right? Not just excitement. Just excitement alone won't do it. Somebody says, just motivate this guy, he'll be all right. And the answer is no, probably not. If a guy's an idiot, you motivate him, now you got a motivated idiot. No. So education, get smart, don't miss the training class. You say, well, I've already been to one of those classes. I've already heard it. I got a good phrase for you to take home. That's no sign you got it. Just because you've listened to those millionaire tapes one time is no sign you've got it. I'm asking you to listen to them over and over and over. I'm asking you to dedicate yourself to a new level of learning in 1992.
Okay, and right here, he starts off with a metaphor, letting the work of your hand show. And this is great, because metaphors make ideas visual, emotional, and memorable. And they also make things stick, because facts fade, but pictures stay. Your metaphors anchor your message in someone's memory like a hook that holds the idea in place. In short, metaphors turn your words into pictures, and pictures sell. Then he moves into one of my favorite lines of the speech about the motivated idiot. So he uses contradiction for comedy and clarity. And it's funny and it hits hard because it's true. Because motivation without information is useless. He's saying educate first, motivate second. And the deeper persuasion is he's reframing your problem. If you're not where you want to be, he's not blaming your effort. He's saying maybe it's your approach. So here's a communication tip. Make people feel smart for slowing down and learning first. And then to finish this clip off, Jim Rohn talks about you have to listen to those millionaire tapes over and over and over. And he's not just repeating for fun. He's tapping into one of the oldest and most powerful tools in language. And that is the rule of three. Shakespeare said, friends, Romans, and countrymen. And Lincoln stated it as of the people, by the people, for the people. And why does this work? Because 3 is the magic number of rhythm, retention, and resonance. Here's how it works on your subconscious mind. The brain loves patterns. So when you hear something said 3 times in 3 parts, our subconscious mind says, this must be complete. This must be important.
Find the best words you can. Struggle with the best words you can. Borrow some words if you have to. I borrow all kinds of words. Winston Churchill one time said, truth is incontrovertible. Malice may attack it, and ignorance may deride it, but in the end, there it is. See, I love to borrow that. I mean, that's better said than I could say it. See, that's well said. You could stay up all night and not think of that. I mean, it's well said.
And right here, he quotes Winston Churchill. And using a quote is great because you're borrowing somebody else's authority. People will think, hey, if this wise, powerful person said this, it must be true. We're more likely to agree with an idea that seems popular or widely accepted. And one of the best things that Jim Rohn does, he has almost a copyrighted tonality. He ends on an uptone a lot of times. It gets the attention of the audience and keeps you listening. And his cadence speeds up, and sometimes he paces out those words. So pick out a tip or technique that you can start using. And I'm sure that I missed some, and you can certainly tell me down in the comments. Please like and subscribe, and we'll see you next time.